Hail brothers and sisters, my name is Captain Meatshield and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included, where I think that we're in trouble. We've got some oxygen in here. How long it lasts is another matter because we're still completely out of algae. And I'm really concerned for the state of things at the moment. It's not looking good. We're going to keep working towards getting this new, this kind of rebuild of the slime processing finished. Just kind of hope for the fucking best at this point. But I have issued some orders for dupes to get up here, try and claim some more algae, some more coal. They're just going to have to put up with the uncomfortable temperatures. And I'm getting them to finish up this liquid lock as well, because I want to dig down here and I want to claim as much of this as possible. Don't you fuckers start suffocating, okay? We don't have time for that nonsense, you're just gotta put up with it, alright? I'm not gonna suffer through this bullshit. I'll cancel that, build things on a fucking 8, because we need to prioritise getting as much of this stuff as possible. There's more coal down here as well, so we can dig out to claim this as well. We've got another blueprint, and we'll take the curative tablets, I suppose. It doesn't really matter what we're doing with them. We're nearly finished with sorting things out over here. We've got some algae, we've got a decent amount of coal that's accessible. I'm really quite concerned for things at the moment. I think I can cancel that. And yeah. I mean, one option I have is to dig out all the little bits of algae that are all in here, and it's an option I may have to go with fairly soon, so I don't know, I'm going to start bringing more ladders across all of this, just so that all this stuff is accessible. And yeah, we may as well just dig out all of this crap. If it means we can get some more breathable air, then it's going to be fantastic. But we're about done on this side, so I'm going to deconstruct tiles on this side of the liquid lock. We need the algae, right? Long and short of it. If we can keep people breathing, it's going to solve, a good few issues. I think that liquid lock is done, so don't put that in there. Thank you. We want another tile in there, and then we can start digging down into all this. It's going to get fucking warm for everybody, but it's a necessity at this point. It's going to be awkward to deal with all of the atmosphere in here once we close everything off. Maybe we can just put some pumps in and filter everything around. We can get all the chlorine to head up in here. We can send the carbon dioxide off elsewhere. Can we get on with building this? I want to try and get this room sorted. If you don't mind, guys. I know I'm asking a lot of you at the moment, but please, just help. I have a feeling this episode is going to be a bit of a make or break thing for us. But I have an idea for what I'm going to do with pumping the water back through the chlorine environment. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick in a liquid valve so I can decrease the amount of water that's going to be travelling through it, thereby decreasing the amount of germs that need to be cleaned out. It means it will be a slower process of getting everything kind of cleansed and sorted through, but it should work okay. But liquid lock on this side, looking a little bit better. Air over in this area is not looking fantastic, but we'll just have to manage. There's some starvation going on, but that's less of a concern than... Bloody hell, what is this thing full of? Loads of fucking stale food. Raw eggs? Where the fuck did we get raw eggs from? Oh, it might have been from these guys? I don't know. Either way, we're getting close to being able to close off this liquid lock, and we can drop this water down and kind of start rebuilding this room. I'm going to get myself a pump somewhere. Probably put the pump around here, maybe. Okay, once that last tile goes in, I think I'm going to drop this water down and see if this lock's going to go in place. And sploosh! That worked perfectly. Right, let's just shimmy the remainder of this water and close off this lock, and then we can get in, we can rebuild all of our slime processing. And, oh man. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to pull ourselves out of this. But I've got to figure out where all the liquid piping is going to go. We've got to work everything around the algae distillers. It is going to be a tough one, I reckon. But for now, we're just going to tear up all of this. What else is in there? Alright, it's got some electric wiring. I know it says starvation, but I mean, everybody can just go and eat. You know, if they want. Be great. Right, that liquid lock is now completely sorted as well. So we're going to dig all the way down. Go and get some more algae. A little bit more coal. If we can just do our best to try and keep people breathing while we get all of this sorted. As long as there's a stockpile of algae somewhere, I think we'll be okay. We're going to have a ladder come up here. I'm going to deconstruct that. And let you guys get up onto the top floor. We can let this chlorine kind of filter around a bit as well. Because, yeah, it's a complete vacuum in here at the moment. And also there's a hatch in here. We're going to wrangle you. And get all of our critters tucked away in a nice little environment. I'm also going to blockade things over this side so that we don't have any Dracos getting in. There we go, that's going to fill up with some chlorine. A little bit of carbon dioxide in here as well. But the idea is to open up as much of this as possible. And the dupes can get some gas venting in, so we can get some more chlorine available. We should probably put some airflow tiles in around so that the gas can filter around, and I'll probably have to replace all of this insulated tile with airflow, just so that like we can properly level out all of the gases. Let's see how many of these we can fit in. I'm going to stick all of the storage bins. We'll put 3 on this side, 3 up here. We can get another 3 up there. Yeah, airflow tiles all around. Another ladder up there. 8 algae distillers should do the trick. And we're going to replace the... we'll re-establish all of the wheezeworts so that we can get some cooling into the room, because I reckon this one's going to get very warm now. Oh, gold amalgam, why aren't we making it out of that? Am I out of iron? No. Also, gold amalgam's thermally reactive. I don't want these things getting too hot too quickly. Make it out of iron, please. So, all of the outputs need to come along like so. Ventilation, we need a gas vent in here. These are now out of reach, I think. Right, are we doing okay over here? We're starting to dig out this space, but not quite enough just yet. Everybody's still struggling for air, which is unsurprising. Bloody Draco, get out of there. Oh, don't get built into the bloody wall, mate. But yeah, we want to completely fill this room with chlorine. We want the atmosphere to be over 1,800 kilograms per tile. So the pressure in here is going to be pretty high. But it will mean that if there's any slime that ends up lying around on the floor, it's not going to output any polluted oxygen. And it will just keep a very nice high level of chlorine in here. So any pipes that we do run through should end up cleansed of any germs pretty quickly. It's just the... it's going to be the temperature that's going to be a problem then. But I'm hoping if enough wheezeworts are in here, they'll be able to cool the room down a fair bit. We've got enough wart seeds, so we'll copy the settings on those. Get those planted straight away. Algae storage set up here. And I ballsed this up. I need to deconstruct these so that I can get the... need to be able to get all the pipes in behind everything first. Oh, that was a dipshit move. Right, we need... Right, where is the piping coming out from? I think we're going to take... How are we going to work this? I need to pause for a moment so I can like kind of reevaluate things. I'm going to deconstruct all the piping that I've got around here. Just to start with, because I have an idea of how I want things to go. Right. The way we're going to work this. I'll just have our pipe coming up there. This will still be for the outputs for all of these. They're going to come straight up and around the side. Like so. I need to get a liquid pump in here so that we can get all of this water back out again. So you're going to come across like that as well. Bring it around like that. Then this can come down this way. We can get a bridge going across there. That will then go into our liquid valve. And then we're going to start weaving this all the way through here. It's going to be one hell of a mess of pipes. And it's not quite going to be making the most use out of the space in here, but I'm hoping that by restricting the amount of fluid that can pass through the pipes, it might do enough. And we're going to bring you out to here, I think. And then we need a load of liquid bridges. So we've got to go boop, 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 like so. Much boop. But yeah, for now we're going to disconnect that one, just so that we can empty out this and we can repeat our experiment and see if this is going to work with a reduced flow of water. We also really need the rest of this finished. So I need to also get some wiring in over this way. And to reconnect this. So the flow rate for pipes is 10 kilograms a second. I'm going to reduce that down to 1 kilogram. I'm going to do 1/10 of the flow rate, because I think that if we go with that, it might make getting the rest of this a lot more reasonable. And why is that still not being deconstructed? You're very much in the way. Please move. How's the digging down here going? It's still not doing this either. I know I've gotten doing a lot of stuff, but come on, guys. We've got to get on it. I'm going to prioritise getting this stuff done as well. Get all that lot done on a 9, because then we can start filtering in some more chlorine into the system. Gas filter, chlorine, there we go. Oh, there's also some water down here that needs mopping. So, kindly sort that out, please. There we go. Chlorine is on the move. Once this starts getting up to pressure, then I think we should be good to give this a new test. What's the temperature in here? It's not great. These Weezeworts are going to really struggle to keep this room cold. I may shrink down the amount of distillers that we'll have. Maybe we'll go with 6 as opposed to 8, and then we can try and fit more Weezeworts in. Because they seem to work better when they've got like 2 of them next to each other. So I might do that instead. Oh, this is getting up to pressure nicely. Really draining out all this chlorine. I think once this little tile down here, the one that's furthest away from the vent, gets to about 1.6, 1.7, maybe a little higher, I'm going to switch off the power so that we can dismantle everything. But, oh wow, that's, we're already running out of chlorine over here. I mean, there's more up here, it just kind of needs to filter down. But yeah, we've really displaced a lot of it. The trouble with like wide open spaces like this is they you know, the pressure is just not massive. But we really need the high pressure in this space. And again, like, you guys need to... Oh, I haven't actually set that to deconstruct. That's why it's not being done. Feel like an idiot. These are unreachable builds. Okay. Let's get some ladder across that so that you guys can get to those. And these are unreachable builds as well. Oh yeah, because the distiller was in the way. So let's get those in place. Oh, we're finally digging down here a bit. Good. So we should be able to access all of this algae fairly soon, which would be nice. We've still got a fair bit of CO2 in here. There's like a solid 30 grams across the entire bottom of the room. I'd like to try and filter that out if I could. It's not going to make a huge difference, but if we could get this room to be entirely chlorine, no other gas in here. I think there's a little pocket of polluted oxygen as well. These fucking sneaky bastards. Yeah, there's just one tiny little bit. You can see it hovering around. It's not got any germs in though, so it might be alright. Oh, these are unreachable builds as well. Alright, I'm going to switch off this gas pump for now, because the amount of chlorine we're getting through it is not enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build a ladder up through this, get some of this coal here, because we can use this. But I also want to kind of open things out a little bit, so more of this chlorine can potentially just filter down. So I think that could help. But I think we're about ready to test out the effectiveness of this new system. So, no, we're not going to deconstruct that. We're going to plug you in. Oh, you are also going to plug into the switch over the line over this way. Alright, what we could do, disconnect you. We could put another switch in. Oh, we're getting close to the algae down here. It's going to be a lifesaver if we can get that. Okay. I'm going to switch this back on so that we can drain the water out of this. So we're going to head back up into this, which is going to be continuing to get even more full. But I want to clear away all of this water. Why are you not moving? Oh god, I disconnected the pipe here. Whoops. Okay, now I want to bring some power into all of this. And we're going to set this up with a switch as well. Just so that we can turn this system on and off as and when we need. But, ooh. Okay, the water's coming through. 1,000 grams. Is this going to work? This thing's gonna spill over, I'm sure of it. But I mean, it does mean that the water in here is certainly going to be clean, because it's going to have some time to sit in the chlorine environment for a while. I don't know, this might work. I'm really hoping that it does. But we do need to get rid of all this first. Right. This pump is finished. Let's mop up the last of this. There's so little germs in this that it's not worth faffing with at the moment. We're going to deconstruct these bits. Get rid of all this wire. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to cancel that. We're just going to switch this off. Finish mopping all that, please. Okay, let's test this out. Let's see if we have some success. Right, no germs on the little bit of water that was left in these pipes. Now we get our proper test. We got some slime lung in the air. We've still got food poisoning in the pipes. How is this not working? How is this not getting rid of the germs? I don't understand why this isn't working. This should be working. Okay. Shut that down to 0. Don't let any water through this. I'm going to have to really reevaluate this whole idea, because in theory it should be fine. It should work. Do I maybe need... I'm wondering if I might need like the liquid reservoir and the germ sensors. It might be something I'm going to need to try and play around with the automation for, because I have watched a video of somebody trying to work this out using both of those. I thought I might have been able to get away with it by just restricting the flow of water through the pipes. I hoped that that might have worked, but that doesn't seem to be the case, because that bloody food poisoning just won't go. The chlorine should have killed it, and I don't know why it didn't. But like, we're barely struggling by at the moment. We've got... finally managed to get down here so that we can get some of this stuff out of the ground, which is great. Like, don't get me wrong there, that's fantastic news. But I'm very concerned that I'm not going to be able to find a way out of this. This food poisoning germ is just... at this point, this is being worse than the slime lung, because I don't know how to treat it. Because temperature-wise, I've either got to get the water down to -25 or over 75. I've either got to boil it or completely freeze it to get rid of the germs in that. I was really hoping that passing the pipes through the chlorine was going to be a solution that would have fixed this. And it's not. I'm going to have to go away and research a way to deal with this situation, because I am currently at a loss of what to do. I mean, for all of the excavation that we've done, we've managed to at least build up some algae and coal reserves again, which, you know, is a start. Yeah, where we go from here is anyone's guess. I'm going to have to look up a method of cleansing the water in this sort of manner, but in a way that's actually effective, because I know it can be done, I'm just executing it poorly. But we need to do something about it, because while we've still got decent water reserves, we need to get the slime production up and running, and to empty out this tank. Because the only other option I've got here is just to build a bigger tank, and I don't really want to go down that route. Principles, what have we got? Anything good? Yes, I don't really care. No, nothing. Yeah, these are dire straits that we are in. And sadly at this point we're not the Sultans of Swing. It's just dreadful. But I will go away, I'll see if I can find a solution to this problem, and we'll come back to the next episode and see if we can actually do something to fix things. But for now, I'm going to have to wrap this video up here and just say thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, check out the playlists on the channel for more Let's Plays or metal covers, and give this video a like or a comment just to leave your thoughts. And if you wish to join the ever-growing ranks of the Order of the Shield, subscribe on YouTube, chuck me a follow over on Twitch, or maybe even consider checking out my Patreon and becoming an officer within the ranks. But thank you again for watching this video, and I will catch you all very, very soon. This is Captain Meatshield, signing off. That was okay, I could manage. They took the wife, she did want to go on holiday, and then they took my pig. I'm glad this guy's got his priorities straight.